Hey everybody, I'm gonna just give it a minute before I get started. Oh shit. So I'm adding moderators right now. If anybody wants me to add them, just let me know while I'm waiting.
Hey, you pussy you in the bottom. It ain't coming out. Like
So, what's up, everybody in the chat? I just wanted to take this time to touch bases with everything amongst everything that's going on. I know people were speaking on a lot of confusion, a lot of distractions that's been going on, and et cetera, et cetera. But I just wanted to take this specific time to address a chat that I saw yesterday in which they were speaking. It was a couple ladies on the panel. It was some people that support R. Kelly. There were some people that are on Team Truth side. Now, um, as I have maintained throughout this whole progress, it's pretty obvious why I personally don't deal with a lot of people and why I don't be in certain chats and why I pretty much don't go on any platforms. It's because of this cycle that everybody is witnessing. You will think that people come in with good intentions, but at the end of the day, you start to see that either they're being misguided or they're just feeding into bull crap. Now, with that being said, a few of the ladies, even those that were on Team Truth, they were basically speaking on the disrespect of women over here. And if I recall correctly, that goes on both ends. But at the end of the day, I feel like people just need to stop focusing so much on individuals because so a lot of the people that I don't particularly care for, a lot of the people that I don't like or I don't like their message, y'all will never know that unless they come on their platforms and attack me. And that's when I will address it. But other than that, it really don't it's not on my agenda to sit and try to get in people's personal business. It's not for me to care who likes me and who don't like me. You know, I can't really say too much about the disrespect, especially when it comes from some of the fans. When if you have been following me and you recall, I've already told y'all the reason why a lot of the fans don't like me and why they will gravitate towards the men more often than not. So with that being said, I'm not really upset or it don't really phase me who don't like me or who feels like my videos are boring or whatever the case may be. As you all can see, a lot of people, they are more entertained by what's going on. And when I reached out to Haley Calhoun's mother, Laura Calhoun, the very thing she told me was people don't want the facts. The facts are not entertaining. So when I see these people make comments like, my videos are boring, well, at the end of the day, maybe that's y'all problem. Y'all are sitting here gravitating towards the nonsense and not focusing on what could actually change the narrative about the person you support. At the end of the day, if you go back to my original videos, I was here when a lot of people weren't speaking out vocally. And if it wasn't for a lot of my content, a lot of those people would still be quiet right now. So saying that, I really ain't studying nothing they got to say. Nothing at all. Because I know exactly my agenda. I know what I got going on. And it should tell you all a lot when you see these people trying to force feed these narratives to you. Especially when it came to that little article that was put out about me. And like I've told you, a lot of supporters, you all feel like you can't really comment on certain people's page. You got to just be in the bushes. A lot of people don't vocally speak out. And the reason is because you got these so-called supporters that sitting here stalking posts, screenshotting shit. But you got all this time to sit here and worry about people that are supporting R. Kelly. But where is the facts? Bring some information that I haven't brought. And then you could come for me. At the end of the day, I don't really care that they don't like me. They don't have to be on my channel at all. Period. And shout out to all you that have been on my channel that know for a fact I'm not with the bullshit, nor do I tolerate the bullshit. But I can't sit here and be jumping out when every time I see people doing things counterproductive, y'all notice if somebody comes to my channel and bring it to my attention and I give my honest feedback on whatever it is, whether it's the defense fund, whatever is going on, if my subscribers bring me something and want my feedback, if I present it to you, it's not called for random people to start making videos, start bashing me, talking about I'm the op now. Like, that don't make no damn sense to me. It don't make no damn sense to me. Ain't nobody on this damn internet paying me to do shit. Yet I come, I do what I need to do. I don't be on these lives for the specific reason what I'm saying. Like what I've told you in my videos, I feel like it's spiritual warfare. A lot of these people are being used, whether they know it or not. It's a lot of demonic spirits out here that's feeding off of this negativity. And I just, no, I ain't trying to put myself out there to that extent. And like I said years ago, 2 years, a matter of fact, if other people were focused on delivering information that could help change the narrative and enlighten people about what really is going on, then I probably wouldn't have been consistent in what I was doing, because we had all these people talking about how great of a fan they are, yet they were no better than some of these people that have come against R. Kelly, if you ask me. A lot of the things that they say is real suspect. And when y'all ask me, a person who was not a fan, who came in because I saw something wrong and I started to speak on it, I'm not finna sit here and let people over the internet feel like just because they get on their platform and say this or that, I'm gonna respond to it, because I'm not. Couple times I gave them a few responses, but other than that, it was more so to show you all what's really going on here. And these people that are saying that they're supporting this man, they got too much time on their hand to be focusing on everybody that don't have nothing to do with what's going on. For example, a lot of the issues come from people that don't have a problem with certain bloggers. And as I demonstrated to you, for a long time, I wasn't even engaging in anybody's lives for the specific reason wasn't nobody bringing nothing of substance. When I saw some of these interviews going down, I knew that wasn't a good idea from jump. But again, if I had got on my platform and told y'all that that don't make no sense, y'all doing too much, what do you think would have happened? The same thing that happens any other time that somebody come and ask me about some stupid stuff that people are doing that I don't think is right. Like at the end of the day, either you think this man is innocent or not. Like, to play both sides of the field, to be making statements that would give people the impression that you think he's guilty, all that stuff is stupid to me. Like, either y'all need to sit back and just figure out something else that's in your lane, something that you excel in, because everybody is not good at commentary. Everybody is not good at bringing content. So with that being said, why are people gravitating toward the people that are trying to be dismissive toward the people that are bringing real content? It don't make no sense to me. Like, it don't. It really don't. It's a lot of people that I have yet to cover myself that I intend to, but I haven't yet, because as you all can see, I'm a mother. You probably can hear my little one in the background right now, but I try to do things around my schedule. I expect people that support him to add to what I'm doing. I don't expect to get on the internet and people that claim to support the man that I'm supporting, that I don't know none of these bloggers. I don't expect to see people taking shots at me for what? And then, like last night when I shared PG's live, somebody commented that they didn't want to be in the midst of somebody's drama. Well, this was another case in point where I'm showing you what other people feel. Now, if a collective of women are feeling like they're being subjected to a whole lot of bull crap, why can't everybody that claims to support these content creators or support this man see what's wrong. Don't y'all see that this has been the problem, that people or women in general feel like they don't have a voice? So if they have a movement such as the Me Too or Time's Up that come and make them feel like their voices are going to be heard and manipulate the situation, don't we see where that problem is? What would be the problem in listening to people explain to you how they feel? And if they feel disrespected, why are we still supporting those things? It don't make any sense. Have I ever got on my platform and tried to tell you all who to listen to, who not to listen to? I have dropped some facts. If people caught on to the fact that some of these bloggers have participated in some of the activities that I personally witnessed without saying too much. And I'm just saying, it's a fact. When I told y'all about this scamming that was going on, that was way before the defense fund, way before. And I told you who it was suspected to be. I have told you a lot of things that I have read from the indictment. And a lot of people are under the assumption, because I don't specifically read the indictments to you, that I don't know what's in the indictment. What do you think I'm bringing you content about? To dismiss the things that they're accusing him of. Not just no rumors, not just what other people are saying. I'm reading the fine print. And if the fine print is telling me that this guy over here is doing some shady stuff, and every time I point that out to you, and 3 or 4 other bloggers want to sit here and try to dismiss what I'm saying because they like that person and they don't like this person, do we see the problem here? Just think about it. I'm sitting here telling y'all about certain activities that was going on, and I've put that in multiple videos, especially when these certain individuals come out and try to dismiss my work. But the thing is, a lot of people have gravitated towards people in R. Kelly's entourage, and I don't know, maybe they drunk a little bit of their Kool-Aid, why they always try to put me on somebody's team, because I don't care who knows the man. I've told you from the jump, anybody that was close to this man is suspect, in my opinion. Number one, why is it taking a person like me on YouTube to debunk all these lies that I've come across? Case in point, why wouldn't they have a real publicist to do so? So then when I see another blogger bringing on these people and they're saying that they saw this guy and they decided to make him the spokesperson, and then all of a sudden all this stuff start to happen, we're seeing right in our face some of the things or some of the type of behaviors that led this man to where he's at. Case in point, you remember the Jasmine situation. So when I did that video, and I really didn't get in deep about everything that I saw, I just gave you a little bit of points. And the major point was this: that girl did the same thing that a lot of these girls did. They sought their way to be next to R. Kelly through his entourage, through whoever they could get to. This is the same pattern that has happened for years and years. Whether they actually got next to R. Kelly or not is up to, I don't really know. I can't really say. Some of these people, like I told you, I don't believe were with R. Kelly at all. But the point is, they're using the same tactics. I told you this. So rather than recognize that, you hear people coming with, this person is a mole, this person did this, and everything other than recognizing that people are doing stupid stuff to hinder this man. At first, I'm sitting here thinking, okay, maybe they just don't know. But then again, when every time I mention this manager guy, and all these people keep coming at me because they ain't reading the paperwork, obviously. They don't see the things that have led up to where we are now. So when I come up and I speak against the person that they like, oh, I'm wrong. Oh, I'm the op. Oh, I'm helping this person. I'm doing this. I don't know none of these people. I don't fool with none of these people. I've heard somebody say that because I don't have a problem with this individual, this person could have a recording with me on the phone. If I'm telling you out of my mouth that I don't fool with people like that, why is it that all these bloggers want to keep running with the narrative? If the only chat you see me in, and I'm telling you that I'm basically proving my point that the only problem that a lot of these people had with me, other than the fans, was the fact that I wasn't getting on my platform to bash an individual who I don't know, who I don't see, who will not affect my day-to-day life. So considering the fact that, as I have told you all, I don't see the connection as to how this individual did certain things to harm R. Kelly. But I do see things that this person do or did. Who was it? Miss Jones? Yeah, let me give you a wrench now. But if anybody wants to jump on and speak their piece as a supporter, I'll drop the link for you. Let me figure it out. And I'm giving this opportunity for supporters to speak their piece for the simple fact that you have a voice as well. I know a lot of people want to express their opinion, but they're not trying to create content for YouTube. But at the end of the day, I see a lot of disrespect amongst supporters. And I just feel like all that is unnecessary. If you don't like the message a particular blogger is sending, don't engage. You'll notice that people have even to this day tried to get a reaction out of me. They're irrelevant to me. They will not get a reaction. So, to be honest, I really don't care about a lot of the things that I've heard said about me. It really don't matter. I feel like a lot of my content speaks for itself. And even now, you can go back and pick up some of the things that we've seen still playing out, mentioned in my past videos. I think it's maybe 100 and some odd videos on YouTube. So when somebody came and commented about my Patreon account, I almost wanted to go off, but then I just kept it cute for the simple fact, just because I created a Patreon does not mean I'm still not going to put information on YouTube. The point is that I'm going to put certain information on Patreon that is not going to be abused via YouTube. Now, if one of my Patreon people come and bring it to YouTube, that would be a different scenario. But at the end of the day, I just feel like some information is not meant for YouTube. And also with Patreon, a lot of people can directly have a conversation with me without worrying about people screenshotting what's going on. At the end of the day, it's not mandatory. I never stated that you had to subscribe to my Patreon. It's just another way of support. Just like when people offered me to put the Cash App and the PayPal up here, some people would rather just do this little monthly pledge, and that'll be their support. For the most part, I really just want you to share the content. If you're a content creator, I have absolutely no problem with you using the information and building on it. The problem I had in the past was when people would use my information with malicious intent and or to twist the narrative. That's the only problem I would have. Is Passionate, did she step in? I'm gonna drop the link again if you want to come on, Passionate, and speak your piece. I don't know. Am I putting this on here right? I think so. But basically, another point I wanted to address was um, a lot of people will assume that, again, just because you're in somebody's chat, that you're agreeing with everything they're saying or you feel like they feel, when that's not true. I feel like that's been a lot of the assumption, especially when it comes to me, that when you see other people trying to say things on my behalf, if you ain't heard it from me, don't even worry about it. It's irrelevant. I've already said this a long time ago. I'm the only person that speaks for me. So if I'm going to say that about a fan page, I'm going to say that about a blogger. I'm going to say that about anybody. If you have any questions, any concerns, asking the next blogger is not going to be beneficial. I was on Twitter the other day and I saw somebody leave a comment to another blogger asking them, do they think I'm for R. Kelly? I'm looking at the comment like, I could go off, but I'm not going to, because it makes absolutely no sense. Why would you ask a person I don't know, I don't talk to, who I'm for? How would they know? If you can't tell by my channel, I don't know what to tell you. It makes no sense. I don't know nobody that is against a person that's going to spend all their time trying to convince the world or show the world another point of view. I just don't get a lot of people's state of mind. But I'm going to add Passionate Gangster right now because, like I said, a lot of these women, they have a right to their voice as well. And just because you see them on somebody else live or whatever the case being cordial, that does not give anybody the right to disrespect these women. Period, point blank. We're fighting for R. Kelly, so it would be nice, it would be cool, it would be honorable if those people that object to us and our opinion to just move to the side. They don't have to listen to our opinion, period.
Hey, Prima, thank you for allowing me to come in on your show. Hello,
Not a
chat.
problem.
I'm a little drained. but I wanted to come in because I feel like it's very important. But if you do hear a little noise, it's because I'm trying to make a quick little meal. Um, I totally agree with everything that you're saying. You know, I just ran into a little situation on my platform, you know, and just like what you just said, just because someone is okay, first of all, I've always said this. Anytime you drop a video, what you are considered a content creator. So we are all colleagues to one another. And I don't it should never be to the point where okay, so now since I had Dana on my platform, now I'm a cult leader along with Dana and Larry just because I was trying to protect an individual from airing their information, their personal information out on social media for someone else to use against them whenever they get mad. I think it's really sad what's happening, and people wonder why a lot of folks are trying to pull out because a lot of the times they are in fear and then they know that the things that they're seeing is wrong, but they keep their mouths shut because they don't want to be attacked. But the issue that I have, why are you laughing at the person that is being attacked when you know if it was happening to you, you wouldn't want anyone laughing at you? So why is it is such an issue for someone to go on another person's platform without it being some type of agenda? People have truly lost focus on why we're here. And I think it's sad. And a lot of people need to wake up. And when they see strong minded women as yourself, they get very intimidated. So, what do they do with a woman like you? They try to dig into your past, they try to place judgments on you, and they know good darn well that they have a family member that did the same thing or they've done the same thing. But since they feel like they are untouchable, they can come on social media and do whatever they want to do. So I'm taking a stand, and I don't care who doesn't like it. I don't care what no one says. No one is going to tell me where I can go, what I can do, what I can say, who I put on my platform. You don't have that right to do that, period. So that's what I would like to say at the beginning of how I feel at this point right now. So I'm going to put myself on mute.
I totally agree with what you're saying. And to me, I'm a natural rebellious type person. If you tell me I can't do something, I'm going to do it just to make you mad. And if you all realize, I did that a couple times with some of these bloggers on, let's say, Dana J's platform, simply because you're not going to tell me who I can look at and who I can't. If I want to watch and see what they're saying and compare it to other things that other people are saying, that's my right. If people are continuously messaging me about a person and I go check it out for myself, who are you to get mad at me because I don't just run with what you told me? And that's what we see, ongoing cycles, people trying to bully their opinions. And I put this comment on there from G Joy, in which some of these bloggers, they feel like because you're not supporting these rallies they're putting together, you're not for R. Kelly. Well, guess what? You can feel like that. But with y'all set up, I would never go to a rally. I would never advise anybody to go to a rally because I don't like y'all setup, period, point blank. You make all these sexual innuendos while you're fighting for a man that is accused of all these other heinous crimes, and it just don't make any sense to me. But if you say that, then you're gonna be all kind of bitches and hoes and dog heads tomorrow. Like at the end of the day, if that's what make these men feel manly to sit here and try to ridicule women, more power to them. It's not gonna hurt me. I'm just telling you right now. For if you in the bush somewhere looking, you can call me all you want to. You can make all the hashtags you want to. None of that phases me. Period. Point blank. I know what I got going on over here, and I know that I don't agree with the messages that some of these people are putting out. Therefore, if they want to twist that narrative and say that we're not for this man that we're supporting because we don't agree with them, who cares? They can be on platforms like Tasha K,
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this.
and they could be on platforms like Tasha K. I see them trying to make themselves relevant on Nick at Night, but what are you doing? You could be trying to really push these messages, but you're not. You're trying to keep this cycle of growing new subscribers who don't know no better, who ain't been watching the bullshit, and that's basically what's going on.
Yes. And for myself, I have donated to all of the rallies, not small amounts. I and I did that because of the cause. And it's a lot of things with the rallies that I don't agree with. When I've been to rallies before, and these rallies are completely different from the rallies that I've been in. And I've said this before that a lot of people that are in this fight, they don't have the experience to be an advocate. They don't have that experience, and that's why they don't know how to behave. When you are advocating for someone, that person comes first. That person
Exactly.
comes first, not the person that you have built the rapport with, okay? Because just because you like a said blogger, that said blogger does not have either the intellect or they might not have the certain type of connections that another blogger may have. So why are you going to take all of your energy and put it into that one blogger when you can be missing out vital information from another blogger that might know something else? This
Exactly.
this is not regular YouTube for us. And like, if you want that, if you want to pick a side, then you need to go to Armand Wiggins, Tasha K, or Nick at Night, or whatever. I don't, whatever. Go there. Or, but for this here, your focus is only supposed to be on trying to find the facts. And the facts mean not the subscribers, not the bloggers, the facts on the people that are in the case. No one is trying to find out who is the Jane Does. Everyone is focused on Azriel. We already have Azriel figured out. So, what more do we need to know about her? We already know everything we need to know about Ashanti McGee. How many times do we need to interview Ashanti McGee's ex husband? How many more times? The issue that's happening right now is that there is nothing going on with this case. So, what do you do when there is nothing going on with the case? The same thing that people do when summer comes out. Everyone starts acting a fool. That's what's happening. This
Exactly.
is the issue. And people like myself, and I can't speak for anyone else. Like someone said to me today, oh, well, you said that you're not going to deal with the R. Kelly situation. No, I'm not. Not on YouTube, I'm not. Not on YouTube, I'm not. Because the minute you do a live and voice your opinion or whatever facts that you've tallied up yourself, there is somebody within minutes coming behind you telling you you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know these people. I know these people. I'm the one receiving personal letters, personal emails. I know the people that he know. But for me, myself, how I see it, I don't want no personal connection with anyone that knows R. Kelly. That
Exactly.
is a dangerous road to be on.
Exactly.
And that's how I feel on that issue. So I'm going to go back mute again.
So to add on to that is more so like in the Bible, God always used those less likely to achieve the most miraculous tasks. So with that being said, I don't knock any person that wants to jump out here and try. But my thing is, if you're going to align yourself to do certain things, why don't you research how to go about doing it correctly? Because when you get into this mind frame of I come first, you fail to realize that by doing so, you could separate yourself from the mission you're doing. Because we don't have to see all this other stuff that you're doing on the side for yourself, but mixing it in with R. Kelly. And that's where a lot of us have the problems. We don't care about what you're doing, how you hustle, how you get your money. We're saying to you that you're exhibiting these traits, these qualities that look bad on R. Kelly. And if you can't receive that as a supporter, again, you might need to check the reason why you want to speak out for him. I have another person wants to jump in. Let me add her. Hello, Lavish Lady Talks. How you doing? Uh-oh, it went off.
Hey, Lavish.
I think she got cut off. Can y'all hear me? Somebody said
I can hear
sound
you.
check. Okay. Let me post the link again if you want to come back on.
Whenever you're representing someone with the most bizarre case on this planet, everything we do has to be up to par. We have no room for no mistakes. And when I see these type of behaviors, I'm like, hold up, wait a minute. I'm seeing people in indictments. I'm seeing people possibly might be going to jail. When I'm seeing all of this, it you will you will be a fool not to want to back up a little bit. Seriously.
I feel like some people just did too much. Like me personally, being that, like I said, I read the paperwork first before I start even trying to reach out to people like Haley Calhoun's mother. Like, I make sure I steer clear of the key people. And contrary to what Angelo was saying, we all, if you read the first indictment or the second one, you knew that Azriel was in that indictment, regardless of what he was coming on YouTube saying. So when I was seeing the bloggers reaching out to her and all these people doing all these comments they were making, they came at me sideways because I'm telling them I don't think you should do that. That doesn't make any sense. Simple stuff like that people need to take heed to and take a step away from being a fan and step into being a supporter, because this has been what I've tried to explain from the beginning. Fans get mad at me because I say that, because there is a difference. And if you notice the narratives about R. Kelly's fans, we're dumb, we don't know nothing, we don't read the indictments, etc., etc. We're going to change that narrative.
Exactly. And that's exactly what needs to happen. The narrative needs to be changed. However, and I hate to say this, but from what I'm viewing, it has gone so far to the point where I know that everyone has these teams, right? But now we need a team of people that are strictly focused on being an advocate. That's how we start changing the narrative. That's how we do that because it is completely out of hand.
I agree.
And so if there, maybe you should, maybe I, like with your website that you have, I think it would be a great idea if people that do have experience with being an advocate and and have done things like this before, if they can sign up and be like, hey, I have this experience with this, I have experience with that. I think that would be a great start because we don't know how long it's going to take for him to go to trial. It can be 2 years from now. So what are we
Right.
going to be doing for the next 2 years? Continuing to dox each other, continue to curse each other out, continue to call each other moles, or you're I'm still trying to figure out how am I in a cult when I'm barely even here on YouTube. I barely access my channel because I have a life. And my life comes first. My family comes first. So it seems like to me they want to get rid of the people that can really make a difference. And like I said to you the other day, I don't understand why all of these women that have adored you for all of this time that you've been doing this, they have turned their back on you. I don't understand it. Can someone in the chat, somebody, can somebody pop up on this screen that loved pre love what Prima Donna has done? Can you explain to her what happened? Because she hasn't changed. But I would like to know, why did y'all change? Did y'all change because you want to be accepted by these certain type of bloggers? Or is it jealousy? Or are you just done with the fight and you just want to hang out inside of these chats? I mean, I would like to know. But all I know is you haven't changed. Not one bit. You've always had your children in the background, but you know what? Let me tell you something. If they know that you had children and they never hear your children, guess what they would be saying? Oh, she got her kids, she done pawned her kids off on somebody else, or she probably got a
Exactly.
kid trapped up in the room, chained up somewhere. So it don't matter what you do. Somebody always has something to say. But darn, can we get a real woman to come out here and be honest and say, why did you change? Why do you prefer to listen to a man or either a woman? Because it's both. Why would you prefer to listen to all that toxic verbiage instead of coming on a platform like yours and learn something new or learn about a different person that we have not touched on yet? I seen when you had all of these photos of all of these people that you still
Hello.
have not even touched on yet. Hey, Lavish, I'm gonna shut up and let you talk.
Hello. Hey, Passionate. Hey, Prima
Hey,
Donna.
girl.
Hey,
Hello,
how you
everyone
doing?
in the chat. So first, I want to thank you, Madonna, for letting me come on. So I'm one that sit back and I watch. And over the past 2 years, I'll say, focus has been lost. Prima Donna, I can't say that you've been consistent in what you've been doing. You've been diligent. You've continued to bring us good commentary. Um, Passionate, you've been great at trying to keep the peace throughout, the YouTube streets, as well as bringing good content. But as I've always said from the beginning, I think it starts with the subscribers. Um, with the whole R. Kelly case, it's like a whole little group here, and it's the same subscribers. Everybody subscribed to every different blogger. It's the same subscribers, and in my opinion, the subscribers keep up a lot of the mess. They keep up a lot of the drama because they go to this blogger's channel, they record this, they send it to this one, they send it to that one, and the whole focus is lost on what we're really here for, and that is to vindicate R. Kelly. You don't even hear about R. Kelly anymore. It's all about what this blogger is saying and what that blogger is saying and why this blogger don't like this blogger and why that blogger don't like that blogger. Who gives a shit?
Right.
Nobody knows nobody. So
Exactly.
I don't see the purpose of getting on YouTube for hours at a time, begging for cash apps. It's pointless. It's pointless. If you don't have a job, if you don't have a 9 to 5 that you can't take care of yourself, YouTube is not the place for you. We don't subscribe to your channel to take care of you. We subscribe to your channels for commentary. And if we decide to donate, that's on us. You don't get on for hours at a time and make us feel like we gotta pay you, especially when you're not talking about nothing. So that's my little rant. Um for
Mm.
what's going on in the YouTube. For those that are supporting R. Kelly, please remain diligent in what you're doing. Prima Donna, you have been so consistent. You have been so diligent in what you have been doing in support of R. Kelly. Please continue to do that.
Yes.
Passionately gangster,
Yes.
please continue to be diligent in supporting R. Kelly.
Well, you know
Rest of
I
them
well,
people,
well you do know I got off a little track here now. You know.
I do, but the rest
You
of them
know.
people is irrelevant. Silence is golden.
I know.
And
I
Prima
know.
Donna, you've expressed that a lot. Silence is golden. It- Pick your battles. Some of these people is not even worth entertaining. They're nobodies. They're sitting behind a picture.
But you
They're
know what?
nobodies.
Those nobodies are actually tapping into our real lives. So it does factor in. It
That
does
energy, you
matter.
can't feed people that energy. They can only entertain what you allow. If
True.
somebody, that's just like if somebody picking on you. If you don't get them no pushback, they gonna stop messing with you. Either it's one or two things. You ignore them, they gonna stop messing with you because they can't argue with themselves. Or two, you let them know you're not the one for it, and it only takes one time.
Well, what about the people? Like I said, when I said tap into your world, I really mean tap into your world where they're trying to destroy you from having a home, a job. They're trying to get your children taken away from you. Um,
And
they're
that's where you
taking
just and that's where you just deal with it legally and let that be
right.
done. You block them people, you deal with it legally, you let the laws handle it. You don't keep entertaining them and giving them energy. Them some Larry Low lives.
Oh Lord, that's a new one. Larry,
Straight up. Larry Low lives. That's what I call them. Larry Low lives. When you have so much time on your hand that you just got to come to YouTube and sit on YouTube for hours and degrade other people that you don't even know and you haven't met a day in your life, yeah, you're a Larry Low life. Yeah, I said
I'm
it. Who gonna check me?
well, my,
Nobody. Nobody.
that's a good one. I might have to steal that one from you.
Nobody. Who gonna check me, boo? Nobody. So
So
don't
so
don't get
y'all
it. Stop giving
So
them
y'all,
energy.
so
Stop
y'all
giving these
telling
people.
me that there is Prima hardly ever does live. So you're telling me that there are no other women that's willing to come on this platform and speak and say that, listen, we are tired. You're telling me that there is not another woman that is not willing to come on here and take a stand and speak. You don't have to show your face. You don't have to do that. But if we continue to allow this to happen, if we continue, when you see that there is something bad going on, leave the chat. I promise you, when the numbers start dropping,
Mm-hmm.
they don't have anyone to rant to.
That's it. That's what I said. The subscribers keep it going.
So
Stop
where are the
into
ladies,
the mess.
or where are the men? Where are the men that can talk to these men and say, listen, bruh, this is not okay. This is not okay. Because I don't
Without
know about
accountability,
anybody
and
else.
everybody
Right.
don't accept accountability. And if they don't, you really can't make them. You treat people accordingly.
Mm.
And when a
Well,
person show you who they are, please believe them the first time. Stop giving people chances and chances and chances.
yeah,
These
that's my
people don't even
problem.
deserve chances. You
That
don't even
that's
know them to be giving them
that's
3 and 4 and
that's
5
my
chances.
weakness.
No, that is you're not worth the energy. Listen, we're all energy. This whole world is made of force energy. We're all energy. Don't let people
Right.
disrupt your energy and your peace, especially when they not putting no money in your bank account. Mm-mm.
Exactly.
You can't
Yeah.
affect
Exactly.
me. Well, you can't affect me like that. You can say whatever you want about me. It's not gonna affect me because you're not stopping my flow. You're not stopping me
Mm.
from sleeping or eating. So you sit behind your avatar and you say whatever it is that you feel the need to say.
Mm.
Exactly.
That's what I call them. I call them avatars, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. Because and the reason
If
I
the
say
shoe fit, wear it.
well,
Stop apologizing for stuff. If the shoe fit, wear it.
but it's a reason why I say it, because whenever you come on social media, right? You can even have a picture of a real person, right? That's that's on your little, your little avatar thing. But that's really not you. And then you have this other person that how I see her as an avatar. You don't act like that in your real life. We have all these soccer moms that's bored with their lives, so they come on here and they be the person that they want to be, but they know they can't be. That's what we're dealing with here. A
Well,
whole
YouTube ain't the
bunch of
place for
women.
y'all alter egos.
Well, clearly it is, because
Go
that's
go
what's
play
happening.
go play with somebody with all that. This is real life. It's a man fighting for his life. Like real life. Real
But
life.
that goes back to what I said. These are people that don't have experience with being an advocate. A lot of people are here just because they like his music. I didn't come here for that.
Right.
I didn't come here because I'm a super fan.
Right.
I seen something that wasn't right
Right.
and I wanted to find out more. So if someone says, okay, like this is what I say all the time. I have daughters, teenagers. I do not agree with Kels morally. I
But it's
don't.
not illegal. He
I
ain't
get
broke
it.
no laws.
But me being a mother does not want her 16-year-old walking in the house with a 50-year-old man. Let's just keep it real.
That's true.
But but
Morally.
morally, that's what I said. Morally, I don't agree.
Hmm.
You know, but from the legal standpoint of it, don't get mad at Kels. Get mad at your local government. get mad at the federal government. All he's doing is abiding by the law. If the law says it's okay to be with a 16-year-old, then some men or women are going to take advantage of that situation. That's all I'm saying. Don't take your anger out on him. If
But
you
my
want
thing
that,
is,
go
I
ahead.
agree with you, PG. But my thing is, it's men out here that do it every day. Why are we capitalizing on R. Kelly? You sit next to pedophiles every day at work. You live
Good
next door
question.
to pedophiles every day at work. So why is it being capitalized with R. Kelly? Why is it such a big thing with R. Kelly messing with 18-year-olds?
Because he has
The
money.
biggest thing is the biggest thing is why are we talking about these grown women and making them 16, 17? Because like I've shown y'all, majority of these people that have come forward, no, no, I don't believe it.
No,
No.
I
I
don't.
don't either.
But for other people, they need to stress the issue of this consent. And why is it okay in, let's say, Minnesota for it to be okay for 16-year-olds, but in Chicago it's 17 and over here is 18? Like somebody need to get that in check because of course there are men that take advantage of that. I just don't feel R. Kelly is one of them.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. All he's doing is just abiding by the law.
I don't
That's what I.
either.
That's what I mean.
I don't either. It's men every day. It's men every day, and they're
And
not
that's
being
another good
capitalized
point. The
on the fact
federal,
that
when they talk about the federal coming in, their age of consent is 12. And we can count like there's so many people that is weird as hell, but they initiate their 13-year-olds. Like they have these rituals and stuff for 13-year-olds.
hmm
Like it's so much crazy stuff going on in the world. And for them to be putting all this focus on this, it's obviously a hidden agenda. And that's what
exactly.
I also put into play in the fact that is it a coincidence that every time Epstein had issues, they're coming at R. Kelly or coming at Bill Cosby or coming at somebody else to throw off what's going on politically?
hmm
Exactly.
I
Because
think that too.
nobody had an issue with Hugh Hefner when he had Brooke Shield in the centerfold at the age of 10.
Died peacefully.
That.
Died
Do
peacefully.
y'all recall Britney Spears' sister? She got pregnant by the dude, the Nickelodeon guy.
Yes.
Yes.
That's another issue that I have with people bringing their kids into this industry. Like when you know shit like that happens, why would you bring your kids into that industry? Why wouldn't you try to push them? Hey, let's be a doctor, let's be a lawyer. You could be the first black this, you could be this. Like, why do you need to be a rapper or a singer?
Greed.
They see the flash. They see the fame.
Yes.
That's what they want. But
Yes.
it's not worth it. It's not worth it.
It's
Not at
Because
all.
like
crazy.
for myself, I'm in the industry, but I'm not going to put my kids in that industry when they're young because I know what goes on behind the scenes. I'm not going to do that. A lot of people, what you see on TV and things like that is completely different. And I know Prima, even you understand that. You'll go there,
Exactly.
you'll go there signing up for one job, right? And then they'll be like, okay, well, you don't fit into that category, but I got this here for you. So,
Or you go take some pictures and your photographer telling you in order to get your pictures, you got to sleep with him.
mhm,
Like shit like that happens all the time.
all the time. All the time. I mean, it was drugs that was thrown at me. It was all types of things. And I, I backed out. I still
Right.
do, things locally, but no, I'm not going to sell my soul
Mm-hmm.
for the almighty dollar. I'm not going to do it.
Right. And that's why I feel the way I feel, knowing what I know is that these women want to take it upon themselves to do these strange things. They want to be the sugar baby. then don't come back playing the victim. Like that's not gonna fly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. You can't play the victim, and that's one thing that I do respect about you, that you listen. You could what you could have done. You could have easily been like, okay, I'm about to get all this stuff off of Google or whatever, this, and that. No, it is what it is. It is what it is because it's a whole lot of more women that do a whole lot more. Listen, it be so
Actually,
bad.
that all just went into my point and how men feel like they have this misogynist attitude. Like they feel like they don't understand the fact that when women are pursuing themselves, and when I was doing commercial images, like those, none of my pictures are for women. Let's make that clear. So with that being said, like if you're surprised by the type of images, look at Lil Kim. Look at all these women that put that sex sales imagery out there. So
Hmm.
don't knock the person who feels like in order to get their money or compensation or whatever, they got to go this route when that's what's pushed upon them. How
Mm-hmm.
many photographers do you know that are going to pay for commercial images when you're freelance, when you're not signed to an agency? None,
None.
period.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm
So
telling
when
you,
I took
none.
my pictures and I made them merch and I did other things to push the image, there's no shame in that. So why would I take it off Google?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. But for people that don't understand that, they're not going to get it. And you
Right.
have a
That's
choice.
simple minded.
You walk away. You have that choice to walk away because I was
They
put
don't
into
understand.
some
I say they don't
compromising
understand.
situations. Oh, I mean, the sex trafficking is terrible,
Yeah,
terrible in the industry. It's a lot of things that people have no idea what goes on behind the
exactly.
scenes.
Like, do you know your favorite artist is more than likely an escort at the end of the day? They see all these women on Instagram like they're
Mm-hmm.
models. No, that's not what they're doing. Period.
Oh
That's
no.
not what
Oh
they do.
no. Oh no.
So when I see people like Angelo, who was in 2015, do you know, like a few years prior to that, Soldier Boy, he made the mold. He let it be known that you don't have to be over here in the industry. You can sit here and promote yourself and get your money. Period.
Hmm.
So for them to be sitting here trying to bank on getting next to a celebrity, whose fault is that?
And see, that's the okay. I try not to speak on, you know, you know, AC because she's a young lady. Um, but whenever you just got out of a situation that you said that was, traumatic for you, I don't want to see you on Twitter sending all these messages to Drake
Hmm.
and to what's the other one name?
Hmm.
Um,
Meal.
you,
Meek meal.
do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So that's why people have the tendencies to judge her based off of that because people know real victims and real victims, they don't want to be seen.
Mm-mm.
They are dealing with being shameful. They are dealing with hurt and pain.
Mm-hmm.
And some people are young, they can bounce back. But me being a victim myself, you don't bounce back that quick. I'm just saying.
Exactly. And you don't keep trying to put yourself in that position. And this is why I speak the way I speak about her in specific, is because when you have been through certain things, you know how you're going to act and how you're not going to act. Like at the end of the day, if you have been victimized, you're going to move cautiously. Like even with me when I was modeling, I wouldn't go out of state. Like I would stay in certain areas that I was comfortable with the photographers.
Hmm.
I wouldn't shoot with new people for those reasons.
I took my husband on every gig I went to. Everyone, everyone, because you can't trust any of them.
Actually,
And
that's what people should be advising is always have an escort. If a person has a problem with you having an escort, you don't need to be doing business with them.
yep. Or they'll tell you to meet them at a hotel or something like that. Because a lot of them
Right,
they will do that too. Hey, meet me at the front of the hotel. But little do you know, it's a van over there to the other side. And this is a true story for me. This happened in Myrtle Beach. And my husband and I, we were leaning back in the seat, just observing because we found it was kind of odd that they said to meet them at the hotel. So the person got out of the car, they was looking around, and then they approached the van. When the van opened up, it was a woman in the van and three dudes. And the way the van was set up, it was set up for entrapment. So it's just a lot of people don't understand. And even in Kel's defense, these people can't check everybody. But the question is, because if I don't see my 16-year-old daughter, or if I don't hear her like walking around the house or hear her kikiing and laughing on the phone within 30 minutes, guess what I'm doing? I'm going to check. Or if my daughter is saying, oh, I want to go spend the night at my friend's house, guess what I'm going to do as the mother? I'm going to get on the phone and I'm going to call that other mother and be like, hey, let me speak to my daughter. I'm not,
right,
you never take your, I'm sorry, but when you become a teenager, teenagers are slick. So you have to be smarter than them.
But that's
And
the
this
right,
is where a lot of
talking
people
about
fail at.
teenagers. We talking about adults. These girls is adults. AC is an
Yes,
adult. That girl is not
I,
no teenager.
I know that, you know that, but there are still questions of underage that they are not disclosing. So that's why I'm stating that, because that's what I said. A lot of us, we focus on AC because she's out there. She's out there. But what about these other girls that they're hiding that we don't know about, and they're saying they're 13, they're 14. So we can't really even put focus on them because we don't have much to go off on them. So when I'm speaking of teenagers, I'm speaking of them girls that could really, Azriel, in my opinion, she can't do any damage to Kills.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
And also in my opinion with her, no disrespect, I really think she's doing this to sabotage herself so that she don't have to be cross-examined or go to this trial. She doesn't want to go. She really doesn't. But what about these other young supposed kids that none of us know who they are? We have to factor them in. We have to.
well, that's been my thing of how some of these people keep applying these scenarios. Like they'll apply Asriel and Joycelyn situation with the girls from the 90s, and they don't have the same stories. If you go through them, like the Tiffany Hawkins, the Tracy Sampson, and all them, they never said they were there for three. None of that stuff applies to them. So that's again how people keep pushing certain messages that don't make sense, like it don't fit the whole picture. So you're focusing just on her, and you forget that there's other girls that were claiming that from the 90s he did this and that. And we already, well, I personally know the girls from the 90s, but again, the way I put my content out is not to make it seem like I'm intimidating, or I think about the way it's going to come across, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
So that's been my biggest issue. They're applying the situation with Asriel and Joycelyn with all of the girls, and they don't have the same situations. Like to ask where were their parents? Like even with the Tracy Sampson and the with Tiffany Hawkins, for example, they weren't saying they were held hostage. None of that. They just went, snuck off, and did that. So you're saying, where are their parents? Like, if a teenager snuck off, that's just what they did. Like, hold them accountable for that. Being that obviously, I feel like she was of age, but I think she personally, again, was with the entourage, just like many others. And if you
Mhm.
go back to the first trial, you remember they were playing with the alleged tape, the girl from the tape. They kept saying she was 12 to 13 at the first trial. Then that's when Sparkle come with the 14. So that's what I'm saying. They're not even clear with the ages themselves.
Nope.
Exactly.
So when you go back to the 12 and 13-year-olds, you're thinking about the girl from the tape and her friend, according to the stories.
Mm-hmm.
But think about it. Which age was she? Was she 12, 13, or 14? And if you
Exactly.
verified that she was touring and sharing a room with her siblings, she obviously either has to be a clone or they're lying. So the point that I make is to separate all that shit. I don't feel like none of these women were with R. Kelly, but they were guided through his entourage and how to get those settlements.
Yes. That's
Yes.
it right there.
And I would have to agree. And even with when he was stating girlfriend on the interview, how do y'all feel about that? Do y'all think that when he said girlfriend, he meant like girlfriend
No,
or
he
just
meant female
friend
friends.
girl?
He meant female friends. I think.
Because
To me,
because
I'm a little torn on it because I feel like personally they were like assistants for him. And the
right,
only person he went public with was Joycelyn. And I feel like that only happened because Tim was over here making all this noise. But at the time he was mainly focused on Haley.
yes. Because if I'm someone's girlfriend, why am I not good enough to come out in public with
Right. I don't even recall the first time we saw Azriel, like, and I don't even remember the first public appearance with Azriel, but she was to be the special one, like they tried to put the image out there, that just made absolutely no sense to me. Like if she was the favorite when you would think she would be the one out there.
you? Right. Exactly. So it's just that's why I said I think it should be a group of people that have certain skills where we can all brainstorm together because at this point we have the D Russell situation going on, you know, and come on, I mean it's just it's getting worse by the month. I mean, who's next? And they said that this is still an open investigation.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I feel like a lot of the bloggers and subscribers should tread lightly. I know that they want to say, "Oh, nothing's going to happen to us," or whatever the situation is, but it could. It could because of how bizarre this case is. We know that Kel didn't tell them to, burn up the car. We know this. We know that Kels didn't tell them to, write or do a bomb threat. We know this, but the question is, why are they doing it, and who is connected to them? That's what we need to be asking ourselves. So myself personally, that's why it never even crossed my mind to even speak to D Russell. Never. Because for me it was like one of those moments of stranger danger.
It
Right.
seems like that everyone is connected in some type of way. Everybody that has a part in this case is connected. They know somebody. They know somebody. They know somebody.
Right.
So none of them is to be trusted, honestly.
Right.
Hmm.
And that's what I was saying. When Cash first came out, she was pretty much, if you recall, she really had a problem with Don Russell.
Yes.
And as I began to, that's probably about the closest to the case that I talked to somebody that was involved, because of course I didn't know she was deeply in it the way she was when I was just getting her story. But after I realized how this was starting to turn, I started to keep my distance. When Don reached out to me after he was on somebody else's platform, I wasn't finna put myself in that position. And I pretty much told other people my position on him. So again, a lot of these people just wanted to go against what I was saying,
Right.
but you see how that's playing out.
It's not pretty. It's not pretty.
Everything you said has been accurate.
Hmm. And that's why I said
Everything.
at the beginning, I don't understand why the shift. And I was hoping that someone would, like I said, would come on and it's, you know, be that voice of reason as to why they are doing this to you. Like for me, I'm com- I'm I'm completely different from you, Prima. I mean, you have put in so much work, and when I used to look into the other chats because I no longer go on any platform that disrespects any type of women, and things of that nature. Or if I know I'm not receiving information that I can use as useful, I no longer go on those platforms. So I don't. If subscribers wouldn't send me clips and text messages, emails, and things like that, I couldn't even begin to tell you what's going on.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But I thought that maybe someone would have at least come on this platform and say to get for us to get into the mindset of how can a more important a woman be okay sitting on a platform watching another woman get disrespected every day. But you think that that information is more resourceful than your resou- than more than your information? That's crazy to me. It's
Well, it's very
crazy.
clear. It's clear that I'm in the way. The problem for them is I'm not moving out the way. I'm
Mm,
here. Period. I don't give a damn how many videos they make, how many hashtags they make, how many women they have cheerleading their stupid shit. At the end of the day, they're not going to change my objective. So you would think that the people that are sending them all these messages and amping them up would send them something productive to help the person they support, which is supposed to be R. Kelly. See, people don't realize that when you first come into blogging, of course, you're going to have all these people in the comments sending you messages. A lot of people started sending me messages on my personal Facebook page and stuff like that. I periodically take Messenger off. I uninstall it every now and then for the simple fact I don't care who's saying what. And it's up to the blogger to isolate that. Like, of course, these people are going to keep sending it. There's going to be people keep stirring the pot. But as the blogger, you have to be able to discern from, okay, I need to block this person. I need to get this, I know my type of personality. And if people keep messaging me stuff, I'm going to respond. going to respond. So what I do is uninstall the messenger. Like I have to be proactive to block out the negativity. And that's just my advice to anybody blogging on this situation, because you have all these demons running amok. And that's basically what's going on. They're using
Yes.
these people. This Bell spirit is just on the prowl, and people are not realizing that's what I spoke on in the beginning. These people fail to realize when Cash came out, she was telling me about a certain individual's mother was supposed to be this witch doctor or whatever. So, like I said, a lot of people are playing with this black magic, and I ain't trying to go too deep into that, but it's a spiritual warfare, and people just need to
Right.
protect it. It's nothing
I,
against me personally. I don't feel
I'm gonna be on mute for a second because I'm gonna run
You're
some
right.
water.
That black magic is real, and it is a lot of people on this YouTube platform that is dibbling in that, and is dangerous, very dangerous.
even these people to be talking about they do the tarot card reading. Like I used to watch this one lady, I can't even remember her name now, but I feel like personally a lot of these people are tapping into these demons. Like they tell you
Hmm.
off top that sometimes that these demons can influence and be taking the spirit that they think they're tapping into. That's what I feel like is really going on with all this shit. Because we know all this demonic forces is going on. So
Yes.
I don't feed into nothing these tarot card readers and none of these spiritual advisors got to say. Makes no sense.
It's some dangerous
Yeah.
stuff. And when people play around with that, this is the result of it. This is what you get.
Mm-hmm.
You get all kind of crazy people running around.
I,
Exactly.
I I think it's a
When
lot of
you
people.
release those spirits and those demons, this is what you get. This is what the world is dealing with right now. We're dealing with as a whole. Not even just this R. Kelly case. If you look around you in the world, period, it's chaos.
Right.
It's a whole mess. It's a mess.
Hey
This one.
Kip, how you doing?
Clear
I didn't
vision.
see you in the chat.
Oh, hello, Kit.
Hey Sky Zone, if anybody else want to jump on the live, I'm gonna drop the link again.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe
I
a few
really
more
would
minutes.
like to hear, you know, someone's opinion on that because I mean that is really important to me to know why this has happened. I mean, I mean, we know why it's happening, but to get into the mindset of someone that was like a diehard Prima supporter, and then all of a sudden, just because some stuff started popping up, coming about, you want to stop supporting. I, I want to know. It's odd to me.
And they come for Prima because she speaks the truth. Anytime the truth is shining, the devil gonna try to dull the light. Them devils is just trying to dull her light because she's speaking the truth. She speaks facts. She's been consistent since day one. She hasn't wavered since day one. They gotta get her out the way because she messing up their money. When
So,
they get on
okay.
here and talk about nonsense, that's messing up their money. She speaks facts. She brings facts. She's been doing it since day one.
But that's the thing. She has not
They
changed.
don't want nobody speaking facts. She
Mm,
exposing their asses.
yeah, we can look at it that way. But still, wouldn't it be? I mean, we get it, but
They get it too. They ain't
they.
crazy. They know what they
mm,
doing.
I don't know now.
That's what I'm saying. For a while, I'm sitting here like these people got to just be dumb, but no, they know exactly what they doing. These people were riding too hard for a certain individual to be sitting here acting dumb now. And now it's fuck him. I ain't worried about all this now. No, 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 no.
Yes.
I know for a fact some of these bloggers had contact with this man. This man has been on wiretap. So, with that being said, it is what it is. Some of these people took blogging to the next level. It's one thing to investigate the story from what's being printed, what's being put out there. But when you trying to
Right.
be Inspector Gadget and you calling up people and you recording people and you doing all this extra stuff, that's where you're going too far. And you can't say you're gonna see me in nothing because I don't do that. I don't put out nobody's information. In fact, like I told people before, even when I told Larry, his information was sent to me. Why? Because these people were mad at him. And that's what they do when they get mad at you. They want to put your personal information out. So people ask me, why don't I do this with certain people or why don't I be on this person's platform? It's because I don't like their ways.
What this is my question. What does pulling people's personal information have to do with R. Kelly?
Nothing.
They want to,
Nothing.
because they do it to find the mole. They believe that certain people are a part of the takedown.
I don't believe it.
So
Who
I
what's
don't.
put
so
them
how
in charge of finding them all? I just this is
It's
what
it's it's more like it's
throws
more
me
like
off.
a leverage type of thing. Like for example, when Dum Dum called himself finding this old article from when I got cited for having a blunt. This dumbass dude get on there talking about I'm a crackhead and all this other shit. Dummy, what the fuck do you think Schedule 4 is? It's not no fucking crack, stupid. The fuck is you talking about? So they do these things like they're going to embarrass you or humiliate you into just shutting up, being quiet. No, I'm not ashamed of a goddamn thing. Ain't shit on my background. So whatever shit y'all think y'all can pull up out the air, good for you. Whatever picture you think you can post, go ahead. It's not gonna stop shit. Some people have folded when they see their information, like PG said earlier. A lot of people don't want their information pulled just because they're on somebody's channel. Like that don't make no sense.
It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. It doesn't. I just
yeah.
these people
It's
know what they doing. I'm
bad.
not gonna
It's
say that they don't know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. And
Exactly.
it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense
yeah,
whatsoever. I
it's too
don't know
much.
what gratification they get out of it, but it doesn't make any sense. I just say they're bored and they have no lives.
This is
That you
it for
would
them.
invest that much time into someone that you don't even know to
Exactly.
try to bring them down like that. They don't even know you. What is it hurting another person that you're bringing commentary to trying to vindicate somebody that's being done wrong? What does that hurt somebody? What I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't understand it. And that's why I pulled out in the very beginning because I don't understand it.
You're right.
I guess it's just another it's a trend that uh I think people like okay, a lot of people got upset with me whenever I went and along with Lowdown and went the legal route. They felt like it was you know it was I was doing too much. Um, but whenever you have a lot to lose and this is your life, my life is valuable. It might not be valuable to you, but it's valuable to me. So the issue is that a lot of people don't take the right measures to stop people from doing these things to them. And I get it. Some people might not have the finances to, go and, hire an attorney, or they don't want to, or some people can't leave their jobs and, to go back and forth running to police departments and things like that. But what people need to understand is that you're breaking the law. How can you be here to try to rescue another human being, but in hindsight, you're hurting the other people that are on your team? It doesn't make any sense. Just because somebody said, oh, well, this person did this, this, and that. I'll believe it when I see the proof. I don't want to hear your stories. I don't want to
Right.
hear your recordings of basically normal conversations and y'all just talking about different subscribers and bloggers. That doesn't tell me anything.
Who
Show me
does that
something.
though? Who records people? Who just sits up and records people? Like, what
Phew.
are you recording for?
But it's just funny that these same people want to get on their platform and say, "Where are the police reports?" But then get mad at you when you file a police report on their stupid ass because they doing stupid shit. Like, what the fuck?
Oh yeah, I mean listen. whenever whenever you go a little too, like, everyone knows when you come on social media, you know you're going to have trolls. Trolls are people that you can delete and you don't never have to worry about seeing their comments again. And yeah, they might come up with another channel, but you can delete them. But the people that's sitting behind the screen, that's just like you, that can bash you every single day, lie on you, hurt you, involve your families that didn't sign up for this, I'm sorry. I'm going to the law. I'm going to the law because no one deserves that. But when it happens to one of your favorite bloggers and they get threatened, you say to them, oh, well, they phones, that number that they called you from and threatened you, that can be traced, right? You need to go to the authorities. You need to do this. But when a female do it, oh, she extra, she doing too much, she just want attention, woo woo woo, whatever. Like, that doesn't make sense to me.
Exactly.
It does
Exactly.
not make sense. Like, what all this, and I know a lot of women don't like to hear this, but I keep telling them, y'all are in abusive virtual relationships. Crazy.
Not virtual.
Yes. Yes. When they say jump, they don't even have to ask how high. It's that serious.
I've
Even
seen
with
it. Like I've seen people that just asking questions. They'll be like, "Bitch, I'm finna block you." I'm like, "What? What the
Yes.
fuck?"
Then they'll invite you to come on. Well, come on, come on the channel, speak your mind. And the minute you call in, click, you're blocked. So, everyone, when they look at my channel, they be like, oh my gosh, she's always getting into something. You know why? Because I let people have a voice. I'm not going to block you. If you got a problem with me, let's sit here. We can have a conversation. You don't need to call me out my name. You don't need to do all of that. If you have an issue, maybe we can work it out. But people hate me for that. And it's
And I ain't
crazy.
gonna lie, I respect you for that. When I seen that you had Team Truth on the platform, I was like, okay, it's something that I don't know if I would be able to do because, like I said, some of them are real disrespectful.
Right?
But for the most part, there are some that you can communicate with. So if there is an open dialogue, I don't see how seeing you on a platform with somebody else will give the next person the authority to get on their platform. Fuck that bitch, she on the upside. Like that don't make no sense to me.
Like, Team Truth will tell you, and they know this about, even Keep said. Keep and I was at each other like bad. She was sending in all the goons on me on Twitter. I mean, I had to leave Twitter because Twitter was taking me out of my character. And I've always said on my platform, I said, I don't want Teen Truth no way on my platform. I don't fool with them people. I don't have nothing to say to them. Period. But
Right.
when you know better, you do better. Because you got to look at these presidents, right? Or governors. None of them like each other. None of them.
Right.
But they can have a conversation with each other. Why can't we? Why can't we?
Exactly.
A lot of people don't even notice that I have changed three people that thought R. Kelly was guilty to knowing that he is innocent just by having a healthy dialogue with someone that just didn't know enough of information. And another thing, like I always tell them, tell people, y'all be so quick to toss your subscribers away. Get off my platform. They're your subscribers. Treat them with respect. A lot of times when they leave those nasty comments, they just want you to respond to them. And, I see this on a lot of platforms. So subscribers get so happy when you say their name on a platform. They really do. So if you can't love your subscribers, if your subscribers can't have a voice, you're you're just going to be on the platform there by yourself. I had someone say something like really mean to me, but how I handle it, I went to Google, I explained to them the word that they called me, and then I put into my own words how I felt about it, and that person couldn't even come back and say anything because I put the facts out there. I'm not going to set any fuel to no fire. I'm not going to come back at you with that same kind of energy because what I've realized is that a lot of people and we all see the statistics. If you have YouTube Studio, you see the age range. So whenever I see that these women are over the age of 30 are still seeking attention, I know that you have a problem. So I'm not going to add on to your already sad life.
Hold on, Marcus. This live wasn't to particularly address the case, but you can leave a question for anything you want to know, and I could answer it for you. This live was more so to address how we feel supporting this man and how our feelings are being disregarded. Like, even now, with you saying it, it's like you're disregarding what we're telling you we're experiencing supporting this man. And that's the one thing I had a problem with a lot of people from the beginning when I was being attacked in the beginning, in which people act like I'm just supposed to ignore it, just keep giving y'all content, but y'all don't give a fuck about my feelings and how that makes me feel. So this not the live for the case update. This was just for us to talk, have open dialogue about how we feel about the way we're being treated, the way subscribers are being treated, etc. Okay? Go ahead, Miss Passion. I'm sorry.
It is, I think a lot of people don't understand. It takes like 80% of effort to hit that live button because it's such a dark cloud over us. Even though you come on your platform with good intentions, you don't, even when you invite people on, with good intentions. You don't know how that person is going to behave when you come on your platform. But people will be like, "Oh, well, you could have did this, you could have did that." Until you get behind that screen and you're having to multitask, be careful about what you say. Look at the chat, then converse with the person that you have on your platform. Do you think that we are super people? Do you think that we can't mess up? Don't don't go on another platform and be like, "Oh, they don't know how to control their platform. They messy. They this, they that." No, you being messy. Because come and take my place and see what it feels like to have to juggle and deal with all of these things all at one time. Take my place. Then you might have a little bit more sympathy to understand what it feels like. That's why
I
I don't
understand
come on
perfectly.
that's why I don't come on YouTube like that. Period. Because it's always a problem. And it's sad.
I understand perfectly what you're saying. Like I've told y'all from the beginning, I don't like doing lives just because it makes me nervous. It takes me outside of my comfort zone. But like for example, somebody commented on a couple of my videos and why I'm talking slow and what I'm saying is because I'm thinking about what I'm saying. I don't want to say the wrong thing. I'm trying to actually relay the right message. So
Yes.
future reference, if anybody got a problem with me talking slowly in my videos, guess what? Just keep moving. It really don't matter.
Don't
I'm just
listen.
trying to properly think out what I'm saying and let you listen to what I'm saying and pay attention to what I'm saying, not just speed through what I'm saying without you understanding what I'm saying.
Especially what you're doing. See, me, I like to talk about, if you can't tell, well, I don't need to say what I like to talk about. Everyone pretty much knows what I like to talk about. But what you're doing is it takes a whole lot more research with what you're doing. So you need for someone to talk slowly to you so you can be able to really get it. Because if you miss one thing from a whole video of yours, it's sometimes I go back 2, 3 times and watch your video just to make sure that I understand exactly what you're saying or a clue that you possibly are putting there for us to hear and hear and see. You you understand what I'm saying? So if people
Definitely.
got a problem with you talking slow, then this is not the platform for you because clearly you don't want to be educated. Because when I'm in school, teachers don't talk fast. Teachers talk slow because everyone does not learn at the same pace. So that is just like one of these people that are not here for the right reason.
Right.
Sad. It's sad. And just like right here, right now, while a lot of people won't even hit that button and come on the platform because a lot of times it is out of fear. When
Definitely.
I'm going around
To the
on
person that's trying
YouTube,
to get in.
Somebody trying to get in. Travel.
Um,
Oh yeah, yeah. That person was trying to get in, and they said that someone had blocked them or something. I know I seen that earlier.
Mm,
Yeah, that's another thing. People think they don't understand with this software too. They'll be like, "Well, it seems like every time I turn around, you're having malfunctions." And yes, you do.
right. Like this is something new. Like people fail to realize a lot of us, we were not experienced in this type of field. Like we stepped out here to do something productive. So if we have some malfunctions, hold on, somebody's if we have malfunctions, like y'all just gonna have to bear with it. Like remember, you're not paying for this service, so just chill out. It's gonna be okay. We gonna get it together. But to answer the question of
Yeah.
what I'm saying, is my message reaching out to to anybody outside of YouTube? I would say I'm always open to people coming to me and showing me a way to get it to the real people. Me personally, I feel like a lot of the media is biased, so they won't take the information. So it's up for us to put out the information. Like with all these fans R. Kelly has, there's no reason why we can't share positive information. Like I see a lot of people recreating my same information and sharing it that way, but you fail to realize you're not going to get the same impact if you're not working together. I can't force people to work with me, and I can't force people to enlighten me on better ways to push the message. But I'm not going to be fighting with people on YouTube because I have a different vision than they have. What's up, Kip? How you doing?
Hey sis, how you doing? I'm
Hello,
just
I'm
stopping
Kip.
by
great.
to show my support. You know what I'm saying? I figure I go live and back you up live. You understand what I'm saying? I
I
appreciate
appreciate
what you're
you.
doing. I know what you're doing. You know I've been there since day one. I'm a A1 day one. You know it. And a lot of people that I used to rock with when this thing first started, I don't rock with them no more. Because as time goes on, people reveal who they really are. You know what I'm saying? You just got to cut them off and cut them out your life. You know? I mean,
Right.
so far as you've been the same way since day one, since the first day I met you. You've never changed. You haven't changed. You're reporting the content that you put out is consistent. It's truthful. It's accurate. Um, it's not remanufactured. What you just talked about, people take your stuff and report it as their own and don't get the same reaction that you get. So everything here is organic and authentic. You know, and I just urge people to when truth is the truth. A lie can never be the truth, and a truth can never be the lie. And people don't understand it. They don't exercise good common sense. So I just want to stop by and show my love and support for your platform. And if
I
you
appreciate
or
it.
your followers, anybody, I don't know whether you want to open it up to me. If they want to ask anything, you know what I'm saying? I'm willing to answer it. You know? Can you hear me, Prim?
Yes.
Oh,
It
okay.
got a little delay.
Yes, we can hear you.
Now ain't nobody blocking nobody. They can get in. They just don't want to get on live. That's what it is. I point and click. The link worked as soon as it came on. It worked.
Yes, that's
Okay.
what I was saying earlier. A lot of people have fear, to come on due to what's happening. Can I ask you, how do you feel? Um, because you know Kels, how do you feel when you see the bloggers and subscribers behaving in the way that they're behaving? How do you feel
Um,
about that?
I just think they take number one. They're taking it too serious. I mean, if I mean, like if you're for Robert or whatever, you shouldn't be for confusion. You shouldn't be for separation. Everybody should be walking and talking and communicating and dialoguing on one accord. It's a shit show. I sit back and I watch it. That's what I don't do interviews anymore. I don't offer information or anything to any of those bloggers anymore. Nobody, because it turns into a shit show. You know, it's not about them and their platform. It's about trying to help Robert out and get the right message out there, right messaging out there about him. You know, and about the covering the case. That's why I posted earlier. This is the most credible source and platform covering this entire situation.
Yes, and I agree, and that's why I said I wanted someone that was, had enough of courage to come on the platform and state why they turned on Prima just based off of what they're seeing floating around on YouTube, when they know that she has always been 10 toes deep. She's never engaged in any type of, foolishness.
Right.
Never.
Yeah. Right.
So, like I said, it's crazy.
Mhm.
Somebody's playback is playing.
Yep. Is that me?
Okay, I don't hear no more.
Is that me? It's like playback.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm about to actually get ready to get off this live. I just wanted to give everybody the opportunity to speak their piece because, like I said, I'm not moving away. I'm not. So just know that I'm going to continue to post the facts. If you haven't already, make sure you get over to my Patreon. I have some of the Pacer information in case some of you don't have Pacer. I've shared my information on my Patreon account so that you can read it just as well as I can read it. Like, we all have to be active in this. Don't just rely on people to bring you information. That's
Right.
been a lot of people's problem, is you're relying on some of the wrong people that are not giving you valid information. So we
Yeah.
all have to do a little work here.
Yeah.
I agree.
I agree with you with that.
Yes.
Yeah.
So my
I just
email,
don't
I
know
always
everybody.
put it in the video. I'm
I just
sorry,
don't let
what was you
everybody
saying,
know.
Kip?
I have talked to Robert since the last time we talked. He's called me.
Okay.
I've talked to him, so I mean he's good. He's in good spirits, and he knows who's for him and he knows who's not. You know, and that's basically it. It was a good conversation. Um, he's hopeful. He's in a good space, meaning that despite what you hear in the media and what the media is presenting, the TMZs and all the other stuff, when the incident happened with him, a lot of stuff they saying he had this injury and that injury. Don't believe any of that stuff. Please
Yeah,
don't. Just, I'm just
fractured
letting
rib
everybody
and
know.
all that.
Yeah, he's good. Trust me, he's good. I mean, and when I knew he was good, when he was cracking them damn jokes and we were laughing, I'm like, okay, he's in a good space, you know. So
Can I address like one of the elephants in the room?
yeah,
There is a lot of people that are stating that they are getting direct information from Kels, letters, emails. Um, do you have any information as to know that if he is, responding to, normal people like us to give information to the public?
no.
I couldn't answer that. No, P not.
Robert calls who he wants to call when he calls them, and so far as writing and responding, no, because I've written him twice and he ain't returned. Because I just for instance said, "Damn, I wrote you twice," and he's like, "Man, I'm not. I'll call you when I can." And that was it. He ain't people talking about they getting direct information. That's bullshit. If they're not sitting there talking to one of the attorneys, getting direct information from one of the attorneys, or talking to Robert themselves, they are lying. Or if you're not on Robert's call list, because first of all, to receive a phone call from him, your number has to be on his call list.
Mm-hmm.
So that's some bullshit. He can't just pick up the phone like the old days when you was jail, go collect call from so and so. It's like that in the state system and the federal system.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, that is a major issue that a lot of people they are debating about.
So that's to clear up that little bit of misinformation. Robert ain't contacting no fans or nobody. None of that. And the people that he called, that the number is on the call list, and the way your number get put on the call list is through the attorney. Through attorney, or not unless he direct them to have the number put on the call list. And the call list is updated every 6 months. Once it's on there, he can't update the list for another 6 months. What's up, fat boy? Where you been at?
Man, just cooking, man. Cooking.
Mm-hmm. Had to come out and show my sister love. You know what I'm saying? All these
Definitely.
fucking haters. Excuse my language. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cuss. But all these haters, and we know the real. You know, I know the real.
Yeah, definitely.
When I was sitting there watching this, I'm like, hold up, man. Let me chime in. Let me go live. Let them know it's real. The love is real, and it's real. This the real shit over here.
And it's organic. Organic.
That's what I said. Prima donna, this shit is organic.
Yeah.
It's relevant and it's organic and it's not remanufactured.
So that means you come into the cook-off then, bro, right?
What'd you say?
So that means you come into the cook-off when I spank prima donna cooking breakfast food, right?
Yeah, that ain't gonna happen.
I'm trying to get to the brother. I'm trying to get to the paper. Trying to get to the paper. Can't wait till this next year. I mean, the industry is shut down, and it has been.
Yeah.
Luckily, we've obtained clients to get, to get a retainer. That's just a little bit of money, but so far as working, it
was like
nothing. Yeah,
it's scarce for y'all right now.
Yeah, and dude, I want to say one more thing. When I did talk to him, he asked about who out there doing what on his behalf. He asked, was you still rocking?
Of course.
He asked, was them other people still rocking? I said, I don't fuck with them no more. He's like, what? I said, I'll talk to you about that later. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Right. And it's along the lines of what Prima was talking about, how people were recording you and shit, setting you up, it's just a whole, I don't want to get into no negative shit. You know what I'm saying? I want to keep it positive, but you know what I'm saying.
Right.
I want to, it's crazy. So I just told him, I'd say, yeah. And when I'm physically able to talk to him, he's going to know everything this platform did for him. Everything.
And seeing my thing is this. It was, but I mean, talking to you, bro, and like listening to some of the stuff that you were saying, and then listening to some of the stuff that other folks and was saying, that's like, but that guy Kel's back, but all of y'all asking the same question. Yo, dude, why are you arguing with these folks? And then when it set in, I was like, damn, I look like an ass. So I mean, I'm gonna come public and say, yo, I thank God for you, Kip, and for others, because shit, without you, I probably been dead by now, bro. As crazy as I was wilding back home, and it is what it is. And like I say, people attack this, and because they want her to rock with a team, and because she ain't rocking with a team, she's partly enemy number one female version. And now I've been partly right. I've been partly.
Fuck them all. I don't care about none of them. All
right.
of it, it's like they live in this fantasy world or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They can talk. Listen, sis got that. You see what she got pinned up on her screen right now? This is the most credible source or platform of coverage about the case, about Robert, information about anything. And you hear this come from me.
Yeah.
I ain't never stamped them other people like that.
Never.
Prima. I never stamped them like that. Never.
Yeah,
It wouldn't.
well, I ain't gonna go there, but
Yeah, I ain't gonna go there. Either.
right,
I
I
want
ain't
to
gonna
keep.
go there,
I want
but
to keep it positive. I want to keep things positive and keep
right,
things. You know what I'm saying? Keep it cool. Because
right,
I don't want to bring that type of energy to the cis platform.
right.
I just say, you know what? Let me put my face on camera and go live and show that I support her. I got love for her. You know what I'm saying? Dude know about her. Yeah, he
Of
know
course,
about her.
of course,
He know about you. Trust me,
of
he
course.
did. I made sure he know about you. And I made sure he know what that other motherfucker did to me.
Right.
Don't call that no more. Because he has called them people a couple times. You know that I'm gonna tell you that. I told him cut that shit up, don't call her no more.
Man, I'ma just say, man, you just had a good run, Kip.
What in the bubble?
I'm jealous because I couldn't get to you when I was down there, man.
I can't. I was I was working for the NBA. I was in the bubble. We had a security contract down there, and that run is over with now. I
Yeah.
wish that money was good too. God dang, that money was good.
I
A
just
couple
got
of
one question. I just
mm-hmm,
got one question.
mm-hmm.
What do you, Kip, think about Jaguar Wright? Because she done said
Uh
quite a
oh.
lot about R. Kelly. Then she gonna say she was sharing a room with R. Kelly.
Uh oh.
Let me tell you something.
Here we go.
People can get on the internet, they can say anything they want to say and make stuff up. Listen to me. When I tell you, and Dana will vouch for this, at least from 96, from the first night you met Rob in 96, you can vouch for this. Prima, from 1994 to 2004, right? I was with that man every day. Woke up with him, went to bed with him. Pause. 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 He went to sleep in another room. I went to sleep in another. For these stupid ass followers, you know, for that being, you know what I'm saying?
I knew he was.
Yeah. All right. Because you got to dumb it down for some of the dummies out there. And this Jaguar, right? And I'm gonna tell y'all this. And this is on my mama, on my dead mama. I never met that chick in my life before. She's never been around me and Rob before.
She was a roadie during that time for Malik.
For who?
For Malik. From the Roots.
I don't know. She wasn't never around me.
And she was a roadie during that
Around me,
time.
she wasn't
And she
around.
was a backup singer.
Huh?
And she was a roadie and a backup singer at that time for the Roots.
For the Roots?
Yeah.
Listen, the only time I've seen the Roots when I went to go see Joe Scott back in the day. Because my boy Little John was Joe Scott's drummer.
Right.
Janet Jackson's drummer, Little John, he got a baby by Joe Scott. That's the only time I've been around the Roots. And I didn't even see her ass then.
That was years ago. Wow.
Years ago. Years ago. So they can come at me if they want to. I've been in this game. You know, I don't write books, but if I wrote a book, that one must be about that thick.
So now that the Brat about to jump back out there, are you going back with the Brat?
Nah, she's out. She's still our client, though.
All right.
She's still our client. I talked to Brad about a month ago. She was eating some stuff called slutty vegan.
Boy, that's the best.
I heard
That's
about
the
that
best
place.
chicken sandwich down here, bro.
Slutty vegan. I was like, God damn, you smacking. And she said it's called slutty vegan. I was like, slutty vegan? What the vegan?
Bruh, you have to get the deal called the one night stand. Oh my God.
I heard everybody talking about the slutty vegan. I gotta check it out.
Yo, Pinky from back home is the one that opened it. She the one that owned it.
Is it a franchise chain? Is it in Baltimore, in this area somewhere?
Now, was she about to open one up in Baltimore February the 6th? But that's Mark House sister.
Oh.
Yeah, but that's
chick. She from Baltimore. She from B-more.
Yeah, that's Mark House's youngest sister.
Okay. Yeah, Prima, I mean to hijack your thing. It's good to see you. It's good to see you too, Dave.
That Grace ain't
What we do? Did we just score? Did we just score? Raven,
hell no. Y'all just fumbled.
son of a bitch.
Y'all down
And
13
it
right
was
now.
nice. And it was nice. I'm finally being able to speak to you, Kip. I've seen and heard a
Yes,
lot about you.
yes. Thank you. I
And
hope in a
thank you for
good way.
answering my question.
I hope in a good way.
Yes, it has.
I had
Yes,
people.
yes, it has.
I had
Y'all
people on
just
the other
scored.
platform talking about they was coming to my
It's been some
house.
haters out here. It's been some
Y'all
Yeah,
just scored.
haters.
that one guy was somebody was talking about they was gonna come to my house and kidnap me or something. Daniel or say some shit. I was like, wow, this internet is crazy. This
I will not.
this internet will get you fucked up if you come this way. Trust me. I'm letting you know that. Put the disclaimer on it and record it, save it, so we can play it back for the police.
I knew it was coming. That's why. Oh Lord.
Please come this way. Please feel free to stop by anytime. My zip code is 21117.
And Prima, and you know who he talking about. I just can't say no names right now because I got a bet going on, so I can't say that.
Yeah.
Feel free to stop by any freaking time. Please.
Fine.
Oh well. I gotta get ready and get off here. I gotta go get the kids. But
All right.
I do appreciate everybody in the chat. I do appreciate y'all stopping by.
Tell Niecy I said what's up and stop fussing all night.
She a mess. A whole mess.
Oh, Lord.
Y'all have a good
I
night.
enjoyed this.
All right, you too, Prima.
Thank you, Prima. Again.
Thank
All right, sir.
Thank you.
Good night, y'all.